Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my good buddy Ryan Ennis, who's back from vacation. How's it going, Ryan?
Chilling, man. Now that a week has gone by, I kind of turned my mind back into maybe I would go on another cruise. Because I fucking miss it.
I was going to ask you, how was your trip?
Okay. I enjoyed the cruise a lot. I met some really cool people. I got a quick story about that in a moment. But I just couldn't sleep. I don't know what it was. It was insomnia, like I've never really had before. I really don't remember the last time I went to sleep without smoking bud. So that was rough. And I'm not, I don't react the same way to alcohol. So, I'd fall asleep and wake up 3 hours later and not go back to sleep every single night. So, other than that, though, I eat like a pig. I think I put on like 10 pounds. Not even exaggerating. I was eating what I would call first and then second breakfast every morning. One when I get up at 5 o'clock, and one when my wife would get up. And then every 2 hours we'd have another meal, like a full meal.
You sound like me getting up at 5 in the morning eating breakfast.
Bro, I mean, I would do that here, but that requires effort. It was like the most effort I had to do was get up, walk out of my cabin, and go up a couple floors and walk to the other side of the ship. And there was like, bro, more food than you can imagine. Like, if you didn't want pre-made eggs, you can have them make you omelets right there with anything you wanted in them. Yeah, bro. They had like an Asian
I would have turned
station.
into a fat pig.
Bro, you would have, because it was like many kinds of like breakfast meats, but then they had like the European section where they had like herring and stuff like that, like the fish that people tend to eat for breakfast. They had like a bread station, then they had omelets, then they had eggs, and dessert station was its own entire station. Oh man, it was so good. And
you're making me hungry.
And yeah, I got to meet a guy, and it's funny because I went up to the smoking area to go hit my vape, and there's a guy there. He goes, "Hey there, macho man," because I have my purple Randy Savage shirt. And we talked for a little bit, and that ended up becoming like him and I exchanged information when we got off the ship, because it was him and like 3 other people that was at my go-to out of 4,400 people on the ship. It was like a group of 5 of us that would like chill all the time, and we even got a own little saying. It's "Hey there, butt chin." And long story behind that, but long and short of it is one guy just stood there the second day going, "Hey there, butt chin."
That's great.
And, yeah, because the guy had a butt chin, and it got to the point that a couple of us, 22 miles away on the other side of the island, bumped into people from the cruise, and from across the street we hear, "Hey there, butt chin." And I'm like, oh my god, I'm in another country. And someone shouting out butt chin, and it happened to 2 of the other guys too, where random crew guys were just like, butt chin.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Yeah, it was cool, just being recognized on the other side of the aisle. Yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
Parties every night. I just missed a lot of like podcasting. Well, not a lot. I missed our podcast last week.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'll tell you, we had me and Little Man went this past weekend to Battleclubpro and Innovative Pro, who's run by Joakim Morales, who was on here last week or the week before. Forgive me.
Is that how you pronounce it? Or is that how do you pronounce it?
Joakim?
I think it's Joaquin. Like Joaquin Phoenix.
Maybe it's Joakim.
I don't know how he pronounces it, but I'm pretty like, the guy that was in Signs. And
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He pronounces it Joaquin, and
I know.
I think
it seems like everyone pronounces it differently.
How does he say it's pronounced?
He hasn't said. When I call him that, he answers, so I'm assuming it's right.
Yeah, so you may want to just clarify that.
No, you have a valid point. But him and his crew ran two awesome shows. Had a good time. Mark was there doing announcing duties. Funny story. We, me, little man, and a couple other of us, we all rode up and stayed at a motel for the night because it was just easier that way as opposed to driving all the way back on Memorial Day weekend. So, little man had never been in a motel before, and they had continental breakfast. Mind you, when I get down there, continental breakfast is literally like a piece of
Cereal.
toast and like cereal and like that's it. But at the time he had woke up and the person we were in our hotel room wasn't awake yet. I said, "Listen, stay here," because it wasn't that far of a walk that he could still see me. You know what I mean? I was like, "Stay here. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Like, see what they have. If they have anything I know you would like, I'll bring it back." So I had to walk down. We were on the second floor. I get out of my room, and as I'm walking down the steps, this friggin' dummy comes outside the hotel, our room, and locks himself out.
Smart kid, you got there, Mike.
Yeah. I looked at him because I'm walking to go to get breakfast, and he's like, "Hey, Daddy," and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "How are you getting back in the room?" And he goes, "Oh, oops." So the guys that were, the way we had it was we were in one room and then the other people were in like two doors down. They're hearing him do this. They're like, "Come in here." So they put him in their room until I got back and we woke up the dude that was in our room.
You probably could have just gone to the front desk and gotten another copy of the key.
Yeah. Well, and one other quick funny story. I had already gotten a shower, so little man goes to get one, and he's figuring out how to mess with the things to make it hot and cold. He must have turned the knob too far over to the hot side.
Oh boy.
I hear him in the shower. He's like taking a shower and he's going, hot, it stings.
That's funny.
And we're sitting there like dying. I'm like, "Dude, turn the knob to the other side." And he finally like figured it out. He goes, that's better.
Funny story. So that's that thermal spa.
Yes.
They had this, I don't know, they called it like an island shower or some bullshit like that, or a tropical shower. It was basically a shower that you had the shower head on top, and you had like 4 sets of 4 on the wall. So you had 2 in front of you and then 1 on either side of you, and then 4 rows of that. So it was just a lot of shower heads. Now, there was this girl we had met, or I had met one of the days we were at Port, and I definitely tell that this girl was flirting with me, and I made it very abundantly clear I was there with my wife. So we go from room to room because I'm trying to get away from her. She's like, "Okay, I'll go in the salt room now. Okay, I'll go into this room now." So I'm like, "Okay, thanks for following me around." She decides to take one of those showers once I'm laying on like the stone things. By this time I had found my wife and I'm talking to her. This fucking girl turns on the heat so high that the steam ends up setting off the fire alarm.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, and now I was going to see where my wife was because I didn't know what room she had gone into, whether it be the sauna or what. So I'm just walking over there. I hear, "Boo, boo." She comes running out of the room going, "It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. I can't turn it off." So I'm skinny. I run through. I turn it off. I come out, and there's the security guy, and it looks like it's me.
Oh, man.
I was like, "Nah, it was this chick." Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know you. Like, I paid for the week.
I'm diming you out.
Yeah, I paid for the week. You paid for the day. Like, I can't get kicked out of here. I need this for another couple days.
Dude, that's funny.
My wife laughed. She was like, "You just threw her right under the bus." I said, "I would have held her under there too if I had to."
Do what you got to do, brother.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. And then it's funny because the next day we just were talking to people casually, and that girl came up, and when she left, she goes, "Yeah, me and my friends have just been calling her the whore because she seems to be attracted to anything with a dick." I'm like, "Yeah, that would explain why she was talking to me." Low standards.
Damn. All right, before we get started, y'all, don't forget to check out our social media pages, facebook.com/American Sports Connection, or on Twitter at ASC Pods. Instagram also is at American Sports Connection. You can find all of our past episodes on B Plus Player Radio. Best way to do it is find them on Twitter at B Plus Radio. And don't forget to check out our sponsors at the Squared Circle Magazine Weekly. You can find them on Twitter now at TSCM Weekly. Use promo code ASCPOD and you can get 10% off your order. All right, a lot's happened since we did a show 2 weeks ago, Rye. Apparently WWE has a $1 billion, yes, with a B, $billion deal for SmackDown over on the Fox network.
Yeah, that's surprising for a couple of reasons. If that just made the value of WWE so much more money, because just the value of, like, if they were going to sell the entire company, one show is worth this. That's not the intellectual properties. That's not their flagship show.
Yeah, that's what they consider the B show.
Yeah. It's about to become their top show because it's the only show that's going to be paying them $1 billion, and Fox is going to expect
and they're going to be on network TV.
I don't know if it's going to be. Is it going to be Fox 5?
I believe so.
Oh, well. Yeah. I mean, like, that's this whole thing is a game changer for wrestling.
Yeah, because, let's see, they haven't been on, like, national syndicated, like, mainstream, excuse me, television like that in probably a decade or more.
I know they were on UPN for a while with SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think it's moved to at least basic cable. Yeah.
Because UPN was a station you could get, like, your local channels, like, the NBC, CBS, Fox, etc.
Fucking cats. Stop it.
It was, I think it was 2008.
Okay.
Because I'm looking now because they were on My Network TV from 2008 to 2010.
Yeah, and My Network was UPN, so yeah.
But why do you think this is a game changer?
Because I think it's going to change. Well, it's going to change WWE. Raw is not going to be their top show anymore. It's just not going to be. And now they don't make a ton of money on the network, so they're going to expect to be making better shows for television now because the business model has changed. The build up, we're used to it being towards a pay-per-view. Pay-per-views are kind of diminished, and they're going to be more diminished going forward.
Do you think it's going to be more like a Saturday night's main event type deal?
I had said this to you off air. It wouldn't surprise me if in like the course of the next couple of years, WrestleMania ends up being like the Super Bowl and just being on network television where millions and millions of people can see it because that's already Vince's dream.
What to?
Be completely mainstream.
Yeah, that's like yeah, because you'd mentioned like almost like WrestleMania would be like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, more or less, and make all of that money.
Yeah, because they would make more money doing it as part of like the television deal through advertising, right?
Through commercial stuff, absolutely.
That's
Look
what I
at
was
how much
thinking.
money. I don't know if it would draw as much, but you know, it's one of those things that I feel that when people see, like people will watch. Like it's WrestleMania. It's not just wrestling.
Right,
You know what I mean?
because like Vince said before, if I remember correctly, I heard they're selling that brand now, the name WrestleMania.
Yeah, and if you're gonna get big names in the world involved, you may get somebody going, "Oh, I want to go see that." Like with Snooki. If that was on more network TV, I guarantee you a lot more Jersey Shore-ish kind of people at least would have been exposed to the product.
Yep.
That may not be a market that they usually get.
Kind of same deal with Ronda.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get the MMA crossover people,
Well,
which usually might not watch WWE.
Well, they're also a little less likely because they already think wrestling is fake.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that may do more just to discredit her.
Well, yeah, that's a valid point, too.
Cat's ears.
It's just amazing to me that Fox was willing to dish out that kind of money.
I mean, they let whatchamacallit go.
UFC.
Yeah. So, I mean...
And then the rumors were that they want to bring NXT to Fox Sports 1.
Which I've always been a fan of that idea. The sooner the better, because it's... they're spending a lot of money on the brand. They're really not making a profit. And they're not really in a position right now for it to become like a legitimate third brand. But
yeah,
I think
they're not going to put more money into something that's already bleeding money.
Well, no, I mean like they are, but I just it's too slow of a progression.
That's what I mean. Like they're not going to get a return on their investment.
I also think that while Vince is alive, it makes it a little bit more difficult because I think at least the NXT title should be featured on the pre-show.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be very interesting.
Of every takeover weekend, I mean, like the weekend of a non-takeover pay-per-view.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
Just at least to feature the champion, that would be in a model like UFC does it. Like, it's still a good fight, but it's just not good enough to be on the main card yet.
Right.
But it's a chance at seeing what the what the future could be.
Well, and like you said off air, Fox they're not ashamed of having, wrestling on their network. They're gonna, heavily advertise and promote it on, big events like NFL Sundays, and things like that.
And what people don't realize is that this is a byproduct of being PG.
Yeah. But that's what I'm actually curious about. To see if Fox is going to want to keep them at that kind of product or make them be a little edgier.
No. They're spending all of this money because they can get the sponsorship from friendly companies. Part of the reason why they're dropping UFC is they're having a hard time selling UFC. It's much easier to sell family-friendly entertainment than it is to sell a violent sport.
Well,
So,
yeah.
no. they're not going to want to go back. They're very happy with what WWE is now.
That's
Yeah,
true, because I
a
forgot
lot.
I had read that UFC was a tough sell to advertisers.
Well, what people don't realize is that a lot of companies wouldn't even take free slots from cable networks during wrestling shows just for not wanting to be associated.
Interesting.
I mean, notice you. I'm pretty certain you don't see too many Marvel ads during WWE. They're huge sponsored things, never WWE. You know why? Because it's Disney.
Good point.
So, like, they're still getting rid of a very sour reputation that they had for a lot of years in the eyes of advertisers and people who were willing to work with them. But if Fox thinks that they can get these big bucks, maybe they were the key that Vince hasn't been able to get. But no, they're not going back to PG-14 or anything. Their major selling point is that they're family friendly.
Here's my question. Do you think the product continues to be stale? Because,
No.
like, you get this type of money, it almost feels like, and I don't want to put words in their mouth, that, how do I want to say this? Where they're kind of just going along with the motions, so to speak.
No, I think they're gonna have certain level of expectations. If anything, I think I think the product has a good chance of actually improving.
Well, that'd be nice.
I think they're gonna have to. I don't think this.
And when is their deal up? Do you know?
It's sometime in 2019 this starts.
Okay. It's going to be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to a change.
I don't know if you saw this, because this happened also while you were away, I think, that Nick Aldis, otherwise known as Magnus, is going to be defending the NWA World title at All In.
Only if Cody wins the title and defends it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by that.
I mean, I kind of am too, but it's like, isn't that kind of then just giving away, like, Ring of Honor results before it happens?
Because I will say this. I was there the night Aldis won the title, and it was bad. It was bad.
What do you mean?
Like, it must have been the guy. I can't remember the guy's name that held the belt before him. I think he was legitimately injured, and the match was like terrible. Yeah, because that was the night Austin Idol, I think it is, was with Nick Aldis, and that dude, man, he's just fucking terrible.
Is he really?
You know how, like, it's one of those guys they try to, like, generate heat? He's one of those guys that is more of the generate heat, but I want you to leave right now.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what else has been going on.
I saw that whole horrible fucking angle with Bobby Lashley's sisters.
Oh, my
Anybody...
God.
That was so bad. I don't know. I mean, I just...
I
that's
know the one
embarrassing.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's just embarrassing, though. I mean, there's just some real... I mean, I don't know what it is in wrestling. Maybe it is a good way to get your foot in the door, but to me, that's just fucking awful. Like...
Yeah, well, he's done a couple deals with them before, because he goes to Hawkins School. So a lot of Hawkins students usually get like those types of deals on TV.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you, man. That stuff has been terrible. Like, I just feel like they don't know how to book him, Bobby Lashley.
Fucking Armageddon. Fucking TNA did it perfect.
No, I can honestly agree with you on that.
You know what else I've really liked? Allie's transformation.
Oh,
I don't know if
into the Demon Bunny.
her whole progression from when she was about to marry Braxton Sutter on TV
Yep.
to now when she was just the whipping girl of Maria to her coming out in the zombie face paint last night. Like that was the best female storyline that I can think of in fucking years.
I agree with you, and the match was really entertaining.
I didn't see the match. I knew what the result was. I don't give a fuck. I'm not watching that shit.
Oh God! And because I thought it was cool that Su Yung won the belt, she uses the mandible claw.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that. Even when Foley fucking did it, I never
don't
liked
know.
it.
I just kind of thought it was cool because like a homage to back in the day.
Oh no, I never liked it even when Foley. It's just not a knock on the fact that she does it. It's just
I know what you mean.
don't
You
know.
just didn't care for it.
Yeah, that was always just a weird move.
But no, dude, I actually think their program is getting better.
Oh, absolutely. I really think it's getting a lot better.
Like I know we haven't talked about this because you hadn't been here. The video you sent me of Falaba and Kevin Matthews was hysterical.
Oh, bro, that shit's so funny. There's another one where they bump into Grado and he's with Katarina.
Yeah.
And nowhere near as good as the first one.
No, dude, like I said, I think I said it to you. The funniest part I thought of that whole video is when Kevin and Fala are walking towards Kira Hogan, and the facial expressions that Kevin is making with his face is so funny.
Yeah, I believe they went to tapings today.
Did they? But I want to see where they're going with that.
Yeah, I could see Kevin being like one of those goofy kind of like he's bad, but he's funny bad, but he's good at like, you know what I mean?
Kind of like Kevin Owens at times.
Yes.
Who I think does it really well, where he can make you hate him so much, but then there's times where you crack up laughing at him.
Yeah.
That reminds me, the video that he put out, or WWE put out, did you see it when he grabs the guy's phone, and it was at a live event, and he's like taking video during like everybody's entrance?
I saw the video still when I was on the cruise. I just never got around to watching it.
Oh my God, dude, it's so funny. Because, like, Bobby Lashley comes out, and you're seeing his face and the music, and he's like, oh, Bobby Lashley, boo! Why is he wearing that weird headband? And just, saying, like, funny shit that Kevin does. Easy there.
Sorry, I'm choking down the rest of my Red Bull.
No, that's cool.
Playing some Overwatch. If anybody ever
what's that?
Playing Overwatch wants to fucking add me on Xbox Live, Bacon Pancakes, come play with Ryan Ennis.
Yeah,
Overwatch.
there you go.
Plug
I had
myself.
that song stuck in my head earlier.
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making bacon and we put it in a pancake. Yeah, that's my shit right there, bro. The inspiration for the amount of people I've had message me because like when you get a kill, like your name is up there.
Yeah.
Or when you kill the person, like or when you get a kill, it says the name. Or at the play of the game, it says the name. So I get so many bacon pancake fucking messages, bro.
You're popular now.
No, most of the time I get cursed out because I'm a cheap piece of shit.
At least you admit it.
Oh fuck yeah! Do it to me. I'm not cheating. I'm just taking advantage of the rules.
Oh man, it's only cheating if you get caught.
That's not cheating. It's just, using the fucking abilities to
I
pin
know.
people against the wall and they can't move. And it's frustrating as fuck, but, get good and then I can't do it to you.
Hey, that says it right there.
But, are you excited for the pay-per-view?
I actually am, because I would say this year's Money in the Bank is probably the most loaded, like the ladder match is the most loaded with talent I can remember in recent memory.
Yeah, apparently they're not going to announce which member of New Day is going to be in until the actual pay-per-view.
I'm okay with that.
I wonder if this is going into the rumored push of
Big E.
Big E.
Well, remember years ago there was that rumor that Vince was going to choose between him and Roman as the new face of the company.
I don't know if I ever heard that.
I think dude's really talented, and they've finally let him, as he's come in New Day, show his personality.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, because they had a really good 6-man on SmackDown. Yeah, it was them against The Bar and The Miz.
Okay, yeah. That was a couple weeks ago, right?
It was this past week.
Okay.
It was really good. Speaking of which, I don't know if you know this, I've been watching some of it on YouTube. Sheamus has his own workout channel now.
Yes. Yeah.
I was watching
I've seen
it
that.
just for some of the things that they show Cesaro doing.
Yeah, and it's actually really interesting to see. Oh, your mother's a fucking cunt. It actually, it's interesting to see what the different workouts are.
Yes. I watched Daniel Bryan's yesterday, and it's really interesting.
I know there was apparently for the people who want to say that Jinder's on roids and stuff. Apparently, whatever workout he has, a lot of people have switched to the Jinder Mahal workout.
You know what it is? I watched
What?
it. It's he does 500 reps in the gym.
Yeah. It's it's low weight and just a lot of reps, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when I watched it, he did, for example, 150 bicep curls, 150 of something else, 150 of something else, and then 50 of some other thing, and then pushed weights up and down through the gym, like a sled, and that was it. It wasn't a lot, but it was just holy crap, 150 bicep curls. I think my arms would fall off.
Yeah, this motherfucker's doing 500 of everything.
Isn't that nuts?
It's dedication.
But it made me appreciate, because they show a lot of Cesaro in it, obviously, because they're tag partners. And he's always doing some kind of, crazy workout thing. And that's how he's so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's...
how do I want to explain this? He basically was on his head with his legs in the air, straight up in the air like an arrow.
Yeah.
And was lifting his entire head and body off the ground.
Yeah, he's a ridiculously strong human being.
Oh my god, dude. It's legit strength. It's not as they say, wrestling strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's he's a very strong man.
Well, remember when he picked up Big Show?
Yeah, and walked around with him in his arms.
Which is insane to think about.
Yeah, it truly is.
Because that was when Show was 500 pounds.
Was he?
or damn near close. Because that was like 4 years ago. Whenever the very first Andre the Giant Battle Royal was, that's when that was.
Yeah.
I think it was 30.
I think you're right. Because it was Cesaro, then it was Big Show, then Mojo, and then this year's. I don't even remember who won it this year.
Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's fucking random as shit.
Speaking of which, those guys, man, I don't know what they're doing, but that's gotten pretty stale pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt Hardy is dead.
Well, have you noticed? It looks like they're going to push the B team.
I'm okay with that. I like
it,
from
but
them.
I'm just like, wow.
I mean, they're both great workers, and they've both like showed that they're willing to like
do whatever.
Eat crow. Yeah, I mean, it's time to fucking reward them, in my opinion.
Right. Well, because remember when Axel came up, they gave him like a push to the moon, and then like nothing.
Yeah.
Because remember he had the IC title for a while, and he was a Heyman guy, and then just everything went away.
Yeah, it's like that's crazy. He beat Triple H.
Yep.
Like he was like, I think he won the IC title. What, his first match?
Maybe.
One of his first, absolutely.
Yeah. I just remember he had like a push to the moon, and then it just like went nowhere.
I don't think he did anything wrong.
No, I just think they like changed their mind.
I don't know why they.
And Bo's a great worker. They just never, I thought, gave him a fair shot.
They should have just kept his original fucking birth name, Taylor Rotundo.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a better name than Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
But no, I could get behind this. I could get behind the B team.
No, I can too. I'm just glad they didn't, after the Miz left, said, all right, you're going back on the main event.
Yeah, I want to see what they're doing, like.
Speaking of that, it just reminded me of something. The Authors of Pain.
Yeah, what the fuck has happened to them?
They've been, like, relegated to the main event.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, that happened really quick.
I thought they were green, so.
Right, no, I agree with you, but I'm just, like, shocked, because you kind of know how Vince is with his, if it's, like, his guy, he's going 110% behind him.
Yeah, just, I don't know. Just don't make no sense. 'Cause they got the look. I mean, that's.
Oh, absolutely. And I hate saying it like this, but you could tell which one's going to be the single star.
The lighter skinned?
Yeah.
Is that Akam?
I think it's Akam.
No, Razor. Razor is the lighter skin.
Yeah, because there's one that has tattoos and one that doesn't.
One's like light skinned Albanian, and one looks like he's like Iraqi. He's darker. The lighter one, I think, is the one that has the future.
I don't remember which is which, but I can point him out when I see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't hate them. I mean, like, I don't fucking hate them. I think they have the ability to be all right.
No, I agree with you. What are your thoughts about TakeOver? Because it's just going to be the same weekend as Money in the Bank.
I'm okay with Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan.
I'm intrigued by that.
I mean, Gargano and Ciampa are probably going to steal the show.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get Ricochet, Dream.
Yeah, that's what I read.
I'm pretty sure.
Hang on, I'll tell you exactly. I could pull up the Wikipedia and see what they have. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm about to say, it definitely seems like that's what's being built.
And then the only other match they have right now are the three you just mentioned, and then the Undisputed Era against Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Huh. Well, that's the thing.
Which would be interesting because those two together I actually really like, Burch and Lorcan.
Also, the UK tournament is going to be starting soon.
Is it?
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that.
So am I. So am I. And like I was thinking, it's like wow, they really like a lot of different people than like almost everybody's different from last time.
I'm pulling it up right now. Here's the people that are in it. Joe Coffey, Zach Gibson, Jack Gallagher, Amir Jordan, Kenny Williams, Ligero, Dave Mastiff, Joseph Connors, Travis Banks, Flash Morgan Webster, Jordan Devlin, Tucker, Drew Gulak, Ashton Smith, James Drake, and Tyson T-Bone.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking pretty good.
It actually starts next weekend.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That it was gonna be within the next couple of weeks.
They're gonna have the first rounds at the Download Festival.
Okay.
And it looks like the finals are on the 18th.
18th and 19th. Yeah.
I actually think putting Gulak in that is a really good for him.
Well, the first round is him versus
Gallagher.
Yes. I think I think they're gonna go on with Gallagher.
Yeah. What's interesting is they already have matches planned for that the finals on the 18th. I hope they show the entire card because I just saw the first match that they're planning and it is worth my money right now.
What match is that?
British Strong Style versus the Undisputed Era.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the other one that's interesting, they have a fatal four-way of girls to determine the number one contender to the NXT Women's title.
Oh, nice.
It's Isla Dawn, Ginny, Killer Kelly, and Tony Storm.
Huh. 'Cause I think the next one that they're doing is Nikki Cross.
I think so. You just reminded me of something. Remember how they said Sanity was going to be on SmackDown?
Yeah.
We have yet to see them.
Yeah, it was coming soon, and then I don't know if they stopped with the
vignettes.
Yeah, I just because I haven't really seen.
I haven't seen any. I just remembered that because I seen Almas wrestle once or twice, but that's about it.
Yeah, he made his debut when they were in Europe.
Yep. I'm curious, Rye, to see what's going to happen with the Carmella and Asuka deal.
What do you mean?
Are they going to let Carmella actually beat her, or they're going to have a wonky...
I fucking hope to Christ not.
I was getting ready to say, are they going to have a wonky finish, or, like, you know what I mean? I'm curious to see what they're going to do.
You mean how they're going to fuck it up? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. I'm trying to look at the rest of the card to see what's going to be... I gotta tell you this, dude. I don't think I would ever have said this, but WWE has tired me out of AJ and Nakamura.
Yeah. I can't disagree. At all.
What do you think about the women's ladder match?
I mean, I like the idea of it. I mean, it's I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, it's interesting who they're putting in. Like, we'll see what happens. I don't know. As much as I love the concept, like, I feel like the importance of ladder matches are slowly going away.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean?
They're not. They're making them less special.
Yeah.
For example, when you and me were growing up, if you saw a ladder match or a cage match or, some kind of match like that, it was the end of a feud.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a blow off to something.
Right. And now and they did it not recently, but years back, they had like a TLC match on Raw.
Well, that I can understand, like, here and there. But it's like just to constantly have like these ladder matches. Lana's going to be in a ladder match, it doesn't quite mean as much. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited much more about NXT.
Yeah. You know who I'm actually kind of hoping gets the briefcase, but I have my doubts?
Boom.
Kevin Owens.
That'd be interesting.
The reason is, and I don't know how you feel about this, I think a bad guy with that makes things more interesting.
How so?
How do I want to explain it? Kind of like how they always gloat about shit, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank, blah, 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 and kind of how they've always have. And I think Kevin with it could be very interesting because you know how he can kind of do his thing.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's harder to book a good guy in that role.
Yes.
But, I mean, there's, like, the way that they booked Ambrose to win it was fucking great. Because the same night, he cashed it in on Seth Rollins after Seth had just... So, I mean, like, there are instances where a good guy winning the briefcase can end up paying off really well. I just think that WWE just doesn't do very well by their stories.
No. I wish they would let Tyson Kidd put together more matches.
No, I agree.
Because it seems like everyone that he has put together recently has been very good.
Oh, I agree fully.
Because if I remember, he was the one that put the Rollins-Miz match together at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was arguably the best match on the card. Alright, I got a question. Don't you think it's a little bit less obvious what's going to happen with a good guy as champion, though? Because a bad guy, you expect him to cash in when the champ is down.
True.
A good guy, that could come at it, you don't expect it, because that's considered like a heel thing to do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Excuse me. I will say this, like I said earlier, they have a lot of talent in that match.
Yes, they do.
Like, they really loaded it up this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, they've had their weird, quirky ones before where it was like, everybody who had already been like the world champion Money in the Bank. It was everybody who had previously been a world champion at some time. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then the other one was people who hadn't ever been. I mean, like, I like how they try varying it, but yeah, you're right. This year looks stacked. This year has the potential to be a really good one.
I think probably one of the best ones they've ever done. Because I'm looking at it right now, Rye. It's Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, one of the New Day, and Samoa Joe.
And the only one I'm not completely sold on there is Bobby Roode. I don't think he's a bad worker, but I just don't see him as like.
Well, and they've made it where you don't really care about him. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't know how he would do in that kind of a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've never really. Come to think of it, I don't ever remember him really working one.
Yeah, so I have very limited interest in seeing Bobby Roode in anything, so.
I actually really liked his work in NXT. Like, he won me over. But, like, ever since he's come to the main roster, it's just kind of,
I've always put him in the same category that I put Randy Orton in. I'm not going to say that he's not good. It's just he just does absolutely nothing for me.
Right. Well, me and Swan had this conversation Sunday. Because I told him that Little Man is a Randy Orton fan. And I told him, I said, I'm not a fan. I said, it looks like he's phoning it in. And then I said, well, I was like, let me rephrase that. I said, it's... And he's like, and he said that. He says, he's like, now that you mention it, he does kind of look like that. And I said, I wonder if it's like what Jericho said, where everything comes like so easy to him in that ring. It just looks like he's just phoning it in.
I mean, I would take Jericho's word over just about anybody else's.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is with him. But I get you. He's kind of bland at times.
You have any day that ends in Y.
I wanted to bring this up before we got out of here. I don't know if you saw it. That Keith Lee is going to be in the new NXT class coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
That guy is a great worker. And he's an even nicer person. I've met him a few times and chatted with him. Super nice, super, friendly, willing to sit and have a conversation with you. So I'm really happy for him.
Well, that's good, then.
I just hope they let him be himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Basket My Rana.
It's crazy what that guy can do for his size.
Absolutely.
Him and I can't remember the other person, but it was another big guy. They broke a ring at a show I was at.
Oh boy.
Like, not completely broke it, but like you heard it like when they did like a move. So it's nuts. What are you up to this weekend, man?
Nothing. My wife's in St. Louis, so I'm just chilling.
Oh, for work stuff?
Nope. Seeing one of her old cohorts from grad school.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know if they've seen each other since my wedding, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a year. We actually did the thing where you freeze the top layer of your wedding cake and you eat it a year later.
How'd it taste?
So we did. Fucking good, bro. I was like, what the fuck? This has been in here a year? I was like, this is great. What am I
missing in my life?
I'm like, this is great.
Oh, man, that's funny.
I was very happy.
I was just curious to see if it would taste any different.
I don't know, man. I mean, it tastes pretty full. We were surprised. We thought it was going to taste like freezer burn.
That's what I would think, that it would taste like shit.
Well, they had 15 fucking layers of aluminum foil on there. I'll say my mother-in-law did good.
Yeah, I like the aluminum foil better. I tell my mom this all the time. Whoever created cling wrap, I want to go find them and smack the shit out of them.
I mean, it definitely works, but they just put on so much fucking aluminum foil. It took us like 5 minutes to take it all off, but it was good.
God damn.
All the frosting kept it, kept it fresh.
That's awesome. I'm headed out
Yeah.
tomorrow to Standalone Wrestling, where I told you I'll see Bobby Roode's old partner.
Yeah, that guy, Cowboy James Storm.
Yeah, Cowboy James Storm. So that should be fun. It's a, give me a second, a benefit for a high school, a local high school in the area. So that's cool.
Yeah, I hope you have fun.
I should, because I know, quite a few of those people, so it's, at least you don't feel like super awkward going in,
You know, here's what you need to do.
All right, tell me. I'm writing it down.
You need to convince Matt that there has to be a CCW Rumble, and you have to get the final entrant. And while you're wearing the logo
AFC shirt.
yes, you win the CCW Rumble.
You just reminded me of something to bring up, Matt. I want to congratulate him, actually. He finally announced that I've known for weeks that he's taking over Jim Molyneux, who we had on here before, that ran Old Time Wrestling. He's taking over their building because Jim's retiring, and he's going to have the H2O Training Center officially. I think it's July 1st is when they officially open.
Oh, good for him. Congratulations for him. I don't mean that as a snide prick at all.
Yeah, because that's a big undertaking, and I'm happy for him because, he's a good dude.
Oh, good shit, man.
But on that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff, and we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.